Working today, I'm working on this chipper. Came loose in here, was banging around. I'll show you how I put it back together. I didn't have the damn camera going on the taking it apart, but it's the same, coming apart, same as going back together. I didn't have the camera going when I took it apart, unfortunately. And you have one of these things, you'll know what to do. The original problem was this got loose. The thing that holds that down, the nut came loose, was rattling around. That's why I took it apart in the first place, not because it was dull. These are the knives that do the cutting on this thing. They're almost razor sharp. They're not nicked up too bad, but because I had it apart, I wanted to just try and touch them up. So if you look close, there's actually two grinds on this thing. One's a little bit more, a little sharper than the other, where the angle is. So I just lay it like that flat on the first angle and tip it up a bit more and then drag it across. I don't think it's done very much. This thing is, if you could see that, there's a piece brazed on, a much harder piece than the base part. So it's like a bimetal knife, I guess you would call it. But that's as sharp. It doesn't need to be any sharper than that anyway. The reason I took it apart was it had got loose and was banging around, and I'll show you that part. The knives are held in by 5/16 countersunk bolts. I'm going to put never seize on them. Just give them a little bit of never seize. So you need a 1/2 inch wrench socket, 5/32 inch Allen head to hold it still. And I use an impact driver to take it off. I'll also put it back on with an impact driver. I would clean the back of that up. Make sure it's fairly clean. You don't want it to be held up by a little bit of rust and crap that's under it. So clean it off good. Get it in place. Drop in your 5/16 bolt on each side like that. It's probably a good idea to check the bearing. I don't have to because this thing's only run for 3 or 4 hours, but if you've got one that you've used for a while and it starts rattling around, check the bearing as well. Get this all cleaned off when you're putting it back together. I use the impact to tighten those knives down. Put this on here. It just lays on there like that. There's a couple of relieved parts on that. Just enough so it will clear the corner of the knife. You put that on there like that. This is a left-hand thread. I'll just hit that with my impactor. This thing hits pretty hard. That's a 5/16 Allen screw or Allen wrench. Counterclockwise. Just like that. The reason I took this apart in the first place is because that came loose and it was rattling around. The knives weren't dull. This is what it chips against right here. Not really that much of a counter knife. That's what it uses right there. Put that on there. Get all these back in here. I got those started by hand. I'll just give them a whack with this thing. It hits pretty hard, but that'll hold it together. After you're done, just roll it over to make sure nothing's hitting. Like that. These chippers aren't much good, but that's what you end up with. Stuff like that, eh? So you could tie this stuff up and put it out on the road and it'd be gone. Or you can grind it up and put it around your plants or something and it'll rot. That's what it looks like. Let me get back here a little ways. I'm going to keep this thing on here while you're using it. This chipper is supposed to cut up to 2 inches of wood. But I would not run that through it. You saw the anvil that it cuts against, just tin. It wouldn't last very long if you started pounding that stuff through. So I just cut that, keep it separate, tie it up and put it out. You can use it for firewood. This stuff is really hard. Just look the way it cuts with the chainsaw. It's really hard wood. Well, I got this thing all put back together. You'll notice right away it's not very hungry. Well, I guess I'll be able to shove all that into a can and get rid of it. It would be hard to get rid of all them branches. Take a lot of rope to tie them up. This is the way I'm going to do it. Look at that. Hell of a mess, and that holly tree is hard, really hard to cut even, never mind chip.